Y'all, I'm on here a little bit late tonight, but I wanted to get on here really quickly. Not y'all, it's way past my bedtime, okay? And I ain't had no nap. But if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Sierra Janae. I'm a wife and mom of two, and I get on here every day to show moms how they can make money online. Literally, if you have no experience, girl, you have no excuse. I literally built a system for moms because I wanted to take away just that thought, that idea of thinking that, you seeing all these people online talking about digital products, how they're winning, and you thinking that you can't do that as well. So I teach that inside of my community. I'm sorry, my hair look crazy. I teach that inside of my community, and I get a lot of questions pretty much on the daily. When I started my digital marketing business, I started the done for you route, but I knew that there was something that needed to be created for moms, and specifically for moms. What I'm going to show you really quick, I'm going to show you my program, the Mompreneur Method, y'all. The Mompreneur Method. I'm also going to show you how to use it, how easy and simple this is. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask below or in the chat. Again, I'm going to get straight to it, y'all. So if you do not know, just kind of my little backstory, I started mentoring back in 2024 when I got started with digital products. Had no idea that was going to be what I was going to be doing. It just turned into something. And a lot of my students at the time were telling me like, hey, you should create something, a program or whatever. I was just doing this because I was a mama who was tired of, looking for a second job, looking for a way to make money. And I never knew that digital products was going to truly change my life. I was able to scale my business now year to date to well over $300,000 as a complete beginner. So I'm extremely passionate about helping moms because I know it's possible. If you're a mom who has ever struggled with procrastination, has ever struggled with feeling like, is there enough time? Can I really do this? Am I even worthy? Because that's one of the biggest things. I'm big on mindset. I teach that inside of my community as well. But if you are a mom who thinks that way, but you've been wanting more, you don't want to go get a second job, you don't want to do Amazon Flex, you don't want to have to do all this extra stuff that causes you to like be even more stressed out, and even having to choose between being like a present mom or a mom who's getting money. I'm telling you, sis, this system is for you, okay? So I'm going to quickly, y'all, I'm going to do a little ghetto today. I ain't on my laptop today because, again, I wanted to just hop on here. We being consistent, 2026. So I'm going to just kind of flip my camera around, but I can actually see my screen. So if y'all ask any questions, like I said, feel free to ask, and I will drop them in there. So I'm sharing it on my iPad. I hope you don't mind. Let me see. Is this light? Sorry, y'all. Okay. So, y'all, I am on my iPad. Let me see. I haven't did this in so long, y'all. I don't know if I know how to do it anymore. Okay. Should I lean it up? Why is it so bright? Let me turn down the brightness on my screen. I'm an old lady. Hold on. We're going to just bring that bad boy down like that. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Okay, y'all. So this is MPM. This is my baby, my community. And this is a system, like I said, that I built for moms looking for a way to make passive income. Sis, I know you've been seeing so many people talk about how they get money and digital marketing courses and this and that and that and that, and how all these courses have, multiple streams of income, all of that. But sis, let me just be honest and be the one to tell you, there's nothing wrong with learning multiple streams of income, but sis, the fastest way that you're going to actually make really good money online, life-changing money online, is learning one thing and mastering that one thing. Inside of my community, I strictly focus on mastering digital marketing skills, as is branding, marketing, sales psychology. Because sis, if you can sell a done-for-you program over and over and over, you don't necessarily have to dive into doing other income streams. And honestly, from my personal experience, the reason why I built my community really around that was because that, as moms, we kind of struggle with ADHD. We kind of struggle with staying focused. We already have 1,001 things going on. So let alone be trying to, learn this. And I learned, when I got started with Done For You digital products, how so many of my students, or so many people that would reach out to me and actually ask for help, one thing that I noticed that they all had in common was they would constantly be, dibbling and dabbling in others, side hustles, just basically trying to sell any and everything. Oh, okay, if selling the course doesn't work for me, then I'm gonna hop into Amazon reviews. If Amazon reviews don't work for me, oh, I'm gonna hop into UGC. If UGC doesn't work for me, I'm gonna hop into this, I'm gonna hop into that. Inside of NPM, yes, I do have other side hustles. I do have like print on demand, but even with that, it really kind of correlates back to digital marketing. I want moms to focus on one thing and one thing only, because sis, I'm telling you, all you need is one product that is highly sought after, one product that people actually want. And I'm telling you, you can make money over and over and over and over. Working harder is not going to get you results. And I think that a lot of people get that confused, and they think that, oh, if I'm doing this and I'm doing that, if you are pouring into 18 different cups, sis, you are never going to get anywhere. I hate to be the one to tell you this. I had to learn that. I had to focus on that. And once I did, that is exactly why I built NPM. So it is a done-for-you digital system built, like I said, for moms, that teaches you branding, marketing, but it also teaches you how to turn your everyday life into content that you can add a message to and actually make money from, y'all. How I've been able to scale my business to over $300,000 as a complete beginner is strictly from me filming my everyday moments. I tell moms all the time, I don't know if I got any moms in the room right now, sis, when you are folding laundry, when you are doing dishes, I teach you inside of this program how to romanticize your life to actually bring in sales. That's exactly what I do. And if I can do that, you can do that as well. I also have other moms, obviously, inside of the community now. They are doing the exact same thing. So again, it does not matter if you are a beginner. It does not matter if you don't have any experience. It does not matter if you have any followers. None of that matters, okay? And I'm about to show you really quickly why none of that matters, okay? So this is just the community tab when you land in here. And as you notice, if you've never heard of the School Platform is a website where they host different, you can host like a course, communities, programs, mentorships, all that, etc. All of that is inside of here. This is our landing page. So in here, this is where I drop like different updates about the community. Moms ask questions. All of that is here. One thing that I'm really big on is support. Now, I know whenever you start something, I don't know about y'all, it's really important for me. Like, I need to know all the ins and outs, and I need support, okay? I think as a mom, stepping out of your comfort zone sometimes obviously is uncomfortable, right? So you want to have support. You want to have a like-minded community who gets you, who understands you. And that's exactly why I niched my program down and made it specifically for moms. I didn't want this to be a one-size-fit-all situation. And I didn't honestly want to be in a in a group or a community. No shade to, I'm in other groups and communities, but I didn't want to be in a group or community of people that, can't really relate to what I'm going through. Trying to run a business while you're trying to, deal with motherhood in itself is a lot. And a lot of people don't understand that. Sometimes our own spouses don't understand that. And so I knew by creating this community, moms will feel more supportive. Moms will feel more seen. And again, if I'm a mom that can scale my business to over $300,000, why can't you? So again, that's why I created this. So speaking of support, I have tabs up here basically where, I tell the mamas all the time they can drop their social media. So we have like the social mama tab. And this is where, I encourage my moms, hey, drop your daily posts so we can hold each other accountable. We can engage with each other. You can get support that way. I have a general discussions tab. This is where I try to drop daily, different tips and tricks, and also just, just daily reminders. I'm really big on affirmations that can be a really game-changing and pivotal thing in your digital marketing journey or business as a whole. And baby, we love Jesus over here. So that's one thing also that I really incorporate. I also have like a resource and links tab where, not just myself, but other moms inside of the community, if we have, some info, we're not going to gatekeep from each other. I'm not going to gatekeep from my community, and we drop that in there. Also, I have like, where moms can drop like, when they get sales. Also, we have testimonies here. So y'all, everything that you need inside of here, and I haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes yet, okay? One other thing that I want to mention, well, two other things that I want to mention is every Tuesday, I have a live Q&A call where I get on and answer questions, basically, in regards to NPM and just moms' journeys in general. Some of the moms inside of the program use NPM for just reselling it. Others use it for, their own offers. That's one thing that I'm really big on. I never want any mom to ever feel stagnant or ever feel like she can't do anything else. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I started my digital marketing journey, I had no intention of ever creating my own program or community or course or really my own ebooks, because once I mastered selling the same thing over and over and over, I was like, girl, for what I need to do that for? So it just kind of turned into it after helping so many people and helping so many moms especially, and just seeing that disconnect of moms feeling like they didn't have time, of moms feeling like they weren't worthy, that they couldn't make an extra income. They always felt like they had to do more, or they had to go get a second job. And I was like, nah, I'm about to put something together that's going to help them, and that's literally going to be copy and paste. So if you are a mom and you can copy and paste, sis, you can make online income with ease. Okay, so like I said, every Tuesday I have those calls, and as y'all can see, these are just replays of the calls right here. I always try to go back in and repost them because they are extremely helpful. Not only do I just get on there and talk all day or anything like that, it's literally just for an hour, but it's really great for moms just to see where other moms are, because a lot of times we be in our heads. Sometimes we be easily comparing ourselves to others, and that's not the point of this. Your lane is your lane. And the biggest thing is to just always be willing to be a student. Even myself, y'all, even though I'm the creator of this program, I'm always trying to constantly learn, give more to my community. As I learn new things, baby, I'm gonna put you on, I'm gonna let you know. And again, I always like to, just tell people, like, I didn't want to be one of those. Again, I never thought I was going to create a community or a program or course. That was never on my bingo card personally. But I didn't want to be one of those people who, I guess you can say make it to the top. Because one thing about me, sis, I know I'm going to make it, okay? I know I'm going to scale my business to over $1 million. But I was like, God put it on my heart to really take moms on this journey with me so they could see that it was possible. I love that. That's one of the testimonies that one of the moms left in here. It's important to be able to have access to someone. One thing that I've learned as I've really kind of like transformed my life over the past few years is you want to be around people who essentially has achieved the goals that you want or somewhat similar to them, right? And I'm not saying this to try to brag or anything like that, y'all. I once was living paycheck to paycheck. I once was stuck at a job that I hated, and I just finally decided to do something about it. Not that I'm saying that it was super easy, not that I'm saying that I did it overnight, because I didn't, but with time and the work that I actually put in, I seen the results, so I know that it was possible. So I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm saying that this is a get rich quick scheme, baby. That ain't nothing. I'm saying this requires work. But again, if you can copy and paste, and if you utilize a system that was actually built for you to sound like you, to tell you what to say, to tell you what to post, to tell you how to show up, it literally eliminates that idea of hard work. It eliminates that idea of, can I really do this, when I'm giving you a proven system. So on top of those Q&A calls, I also do a live Sell It Mama Saturday call where I basically do different topics and ideas on how you can specifically promote MPM. I wanted to, again, ensure the mamas had all the support that they possibly could, because that was one thing that I noticed in different communities that I was in, that yes, there was support, but it wasn't the support that actually fit my lifestyle, that actually made sense, and that actually sounded like me. And so I wanted to incorporate that inside of my community, so I did that here. So again, just like the Q&A calls, I repost those as well. As y'all can see, these are just like, I just want to kind of quickly show y'all. But these are what the calls look like, and I host them in the school platform. So it's not like Zoom or anything like that where you need a password. Once you're inside of the community, you have access to all of that, okay? So like I said, this is just the community tab, but if I hop into the actual meat and potatoes of the program, like I said, inside of MPM, sis, I want you to focus on scaling and selling one thing, okay? Because I'm telling you, it's not about having 1,001 products. If you ever see, people don't be wanting to say this, but if you ever see anybody selling 18, 19 different products, I guarantee you they're not actually making money. Real people that actually scale their business, they don't constantly course hop. They don't constantly be trying to promote all these different products. They have one product that works for them, and they sell it over and over and over. I've been selling the same products, y'all, for literally almost 2 years. It's not about you having 19, 20 different products. And I'm not a big on low ticket items. I like, actually making money, actually making game changing money. There's nothing wrong with it. If that's your vibe and that's what you want to do, you want to sell $27 products, by all means, definitely do that. But I want to work smarter and not harder, and I want moms to experience that as well. Every time you resell NPM, it's $397. So it's $400 profit. So even if you're just selling just 3 or 4 a week, girl, that can be your actual rent payment, your mortgage payment, childcare, whatever. Maybe you've been wanting to, finally start a mutual fund or a trust fund for your babies. You can actually do that, okay? And with it being a niche specific community, you don't have to figure out. So many people get stuck on, I don't know my niche. I don't know who to talk to. Sis, it is the Mompreneur Method. So you don't have to figure that out. Literally, as moms, I love that. Like, even with this program, y'all, I've been at the park, like an indoor park in my local, city, and I've sold the program to another mom, because as moms, we have, really genuine conversations. And what mom would not want to stay at home with her babies and make income? What mom wouldn't want to, see deposits coming in as she's vacuuming, as she's cleaning, as she's doing the dishes, as she's taking care of home, as she's helping her kids with their homework? And that's exactly why I created this. So inside, like I said, you're not going to find a whole bunch of different side hustles, because I want you to actually learn the skill, the only skill that you need, and that's branding, marketing, and sales psychology. I show you how to set up your website, but if you get started with me and you go ahead and get NPM tonight, then I actually set up your website for you. I will still personally help you with your 30-day content plan. I include all of that. On top of that, you get my phone number. So all of that is included when you get NPM, because I am serious about seeing moms succeed. Like I said, I'm in the process of scaling my business to $1 million. And if I can do that, I want moms to go and come on that journey with me. So I have how to set up your actual online store. Again, like I said, if you get started with me, I will actually set up your website for you, but I show you how to set it up with stand store beacons. I show you how to specifically launch NPM itself. So I give you a game plan. I also talk about pre-launch and post-launching. All of that is in there. I talk about how to go live, because that is important. Also, mentoring, if that's something that you want to do, I show you how to create a mentorship. So like, when you start selling NPM, I have some more weekly calls. When we first got started here, I talk about how everything is content and how to film, different ways to film, things like that, how to legally protect your business. I go over editing tips, how to be more productive as a mom, YouTube, Instagram, Canva. I go over email marketing. I even have some PLRs in here, which is technically considered another stream of income. So if you are someone who is interested in selling different ebooks, guides, things like that, I have some credit PLRs, some digital marketing PLRs. Those are available in there for you. I also talk about how to create your own digital product. And again, all of this training, y'all, is podcast style learning for moms. This is not training where that you are probably used to or used to seeing. I wanted to create something that would be easy. I don't even want to say on the eyes, but easy on the ears. One thing about me, and I feel like I just learned this, which I'm so grateful God put this community and program on my heart, is I am not the only person that learns like I'm retarded. I can't sit at a screen and watch it all day and be kind of feel like I'm being talked down to. I need the learning to be fun. I remember when I was in elementary, y'all, like for real, I was teaching my son this song the other day. Like, I used to literally have to make up songs to remember things to like pass tests. And I'm like, I don't know, I just thought I was off at. You know what I mean? So not saying that I'm like in here singing or nothing. I don't want y'all thinking that. But no, for real, like, learning needs to be fun, right? And as a mom, we're limited on time.